Hey everyone, it's the Finest Producers, and today we have a lot of fucking things to talk about. The Raptors just lost against the Cavaliers by 2 once again, and now they're down 3-0. And I call fucking bullshit right now. We're the first fucking seed just to repeat the same thing as we did last year as a third seeded team. There's no solution for LeBron James. This is a professional basketball league with people getting paid millions and millions of dollars. You should at least have proper referees. It's honestly the same thing every single year. The Raptors repeat everything the same. Even 2 years ago, we did better than we are doing this year against a first-seeded Cavaliers team versus a fourth-seeded Cavaliers team this year. And every single time we verse these guys, they go off. Last round against the Pacers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was only LeBron James. Everybody else on that team didn't do shit, bro. Kevin Love played absolute garbage. George Hill, Corver, Smith, Green, Thompson, Clarkson, Hood, all these Calderon, all these new pickups that LeBron James acquired, they were questionably not a good decision. I mean, they didn't do shit in that series. It was LeBron James carrying them on their back, and they look at the Raptors and they light up for some reason. I mean, just look at the scores. Last game, Kevin Love got over 30 fucking points. This time, Kevin Love got 21 points. George Hill, 12. Kyle Korver, 18. Jeff Green, 11. Jeff Green is a veteran, man. This guy's some next level old guy wannabe of the Gerald Green, man. Whatever happened to Gerald Green anyway? And now let's look over to the Toronto. Kyle Lowry carried us on our backs. 27 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Ibaka. Oh my god, I don't know what to say about this retarded piece of shit. This guy averaged 20 points in the first 2 games against Washington and comes and averages an average of 5 points in the first 2 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, Ibaka, you were there when the Thunder needed you. I'm just considering that the Toronto Raptors are cursed. It's the Toronto Raptors, not even Toronto Raptors. Toronto is cursed. The Leafs, same treatment to the Leafs. They choke too. TFC, they choke too. Let's look at Ibaka stats. 11 points, which is not good enough if we want to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 rebounds, which is good. And 4 blocks, which was all fine. But he started turning up late in the game. And if it weren't for the refs, that him turning up would actually mean something. We would probably have gone into OT and we might have won this game, which was crucial, essential. Now we're probably going to get swept or we're gone in 5 games, I guarantee you. CJ Miles. Now, CJ Miles is actually playing pretty good this game. CJ Miles showed a glimpse of what he can do, of how consistent he is. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. He's been really consistent for us against the Cavaliers. I don't know why we aren't playing him as much. And Jonas Valanciunas, he's not getting any minutes. Come on, Dwayne Casey. Oh my god. And don't get me started on DeMar DeRozan. Bro, 8 points. Our leader, the person that's supposed to carry us, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. The 2 blocks is not bad. 1 was on LeBron, but 8 points, you've got to be fucking kidding me, bro. OG Anunoby was up there carrying us with Kyle Lowry. How can you allow that to happen? I don't understand. Okay, OG Anunoby, I love you, bro. You're a future star. He's amazing. I agree. But he can't carry... He can't carry a team? Putting a team on OG Anunoby's back? You can't do that. 18 points, 4 rebounds, which is really, really good for a rookie like OG Anunoby. But he's being asked to carry us, and I don't. Oh my god. Fred VanVleet, let me get started on this guy. He's been choking In game 1, he choked, missed the game winner. Game 2, didn't do shit. Game 3, 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Is this the guy that we were crying for to come back? Is this the Fred VanVleet that's been carrying the bench mob? Honestly, it's demoralizing being a Raptors fan. Every single year, do good in the regular season and then choke in the playoffs. This year, everything was different. Nobody counted us out. We're the number 1 seed for a reason. We moved the ball. We used everybody. We had the bench mob. And there's no such thing as a bench mob anymore. Oh my god. We lost 2 games in a row to the Washington Wizards. And we came and we're on the verge of getting swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers, a 4th seeded team being carried by LeBron. Honestly, I knew this was going to happen. Being a 1st seeded team, being the Toronto Raptors, LeBron James, every time he sees us, his eyes just light up. Oh my god. By the way, Subby doesn't even know I'm recording this, but I have to get this message out there. I made the Toronto Raptors hype video because I believed in them. For the first time, everybody in the beginning, you saw us losing to LeBron in the finals and then doing good in the regular season. That is basically the story of the Raptors. Losing to LeBron in the finals, doing good in the regular season. I could easily, next year, make that same exact hype video. Losing to LeBron in the finals, doing good in the regular season. Which I doubt we're going to do good in the regular season because we have to make some major changes. Either make some blockbuster trade, sign Boogie Cousins or something, or blow up this team. I'm fully convinced if somebody tells us we need to blow up this team, I would agree. We're not getting past LeBron. I could bet my life we're not getting past LeBron. Oh my god. This is not possible. I don't understand. And the first game, Kevin Love elbowed DeRozan in the fucking face. That should have been a flagrant, and it was not even reviewed. How can you not even review that? Oh my god. It wasn't even reviewed, and it led to Cavaliers winning by 1 point. As if it were reviewed, which it was after the game, and Kevin Love was given a fine after the game. But forget about that, because that doesn't even affect the Toronto Raptors. That doesn't even matter. We would have won the game if we got that flagrant called. It's refs' plan. The refs, the Adam Silver, everybody, I'm calling all of you guys out. You're doing it for the views, you're doing it for the money. Oh my god, oh my god. And I don't blame everybody who's calling us Lebronto, the Toronto Lebronto Raptors. I agree with you now. I'm on that. I completely agree with you. Like the words can't express how angry I am right now. Being a fan for over 5 years, watching this team fail over and over and over again. Last year, of course I was angry. We got fucking swept. We got thrown out of the building. But the thing was, we weren't in position to win that game in the first place. To win that series. And this time, we were in position to win in 5 or 6 games. We were supposed to crush LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is not how it's supposed to happen. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do now. We have Cedar Glen on Monday. What a perfect way to get happy after having a demoralizing day. It's nothing will. I'm going to be depressed at Cedar Glen. That's it. I'll be depressed at Cedar Glen. Our graduation trip. I won't enjoy our graduation trip. Thank you, Toronto Raptors. Thank you, LeBron James, for that. Honestly, I hate you, LeBron James. I hate you so much. I know. You could hate me for saying that. LeBron James, honestly, like, okay, respectably, he's obviously one of the greatest of all time, second behind Jordan, and some may even put him first. But being in the East with LeBron James, rooting for a team against LeBron James, you don't know how frustrating that is. The man's been to the finals probably for the 8th straight year this time, and every single other team, no one has an answer for LeBron James. This year, LeBron James had his worst team in 4 years, and we're still on the verge of getting swept. Behold this man's greatness. Oh my God. And the worst thing is, being a Raptors fan, we're getting ridiculed, we're getting made fun of, being called Lebronto Raptors, and this is probably going to be going on for the next year. I'm dead serious. This is going to be going on for the next year, and I don't blame anybody who's going to be calling us for that, who's going to be calling us that for this entire year, because I agree with you. Raptors are done. Raptors are chokers. Raptors are terrible. DeRozan shits his pants at the sight of LeBron. Oh my God. Our bench mob is the reason we're first seed, and there is no bench mob anymore. Our bench mob doesn't even exist. I could honestly go on and on about this. Oh my God, being a fan for this long, all you get is disappointment on disappointment. The refs, it's so annoying. On sitting there watching a team for 2 hours fail. I thought Ibaka got that 3, and then LeBron, he got that crazy clutch shot, crazy lucky shot. And every time, I swear to God, this happens every time the Cleveland Cavaliers need LeBron, he steps back in your face and makes it, whether it be a 3, whether it be a 2, step back, jumper, dagger. You can't stop LeBron James. You can't stop him. And the thing I noticed with the Toronto Raptors, every single possession, LeBron got a switch for CJ Miles. Okay, they got a switch for CJ Miles, which is retarded in the first place. You can't let that happen. And then they over-helped on LeBron James. CJ Miles obviously can't defend LeBron James, and other players like Lowry, they left their man and went over to LeBron James to help CJ Miles. And listen, on every single time they did that, it resulted in a wide open 3. And about like 95% of the time, the Cleveland Cavaliers capitalized on that, and they made that 3-pointer. I swear, they should have just left CJ Miles on LeBron, and LeBron was going to score 90% of the time, but I'd rather take a 2 than a 3, because if we did that, maybe we would have won this game. Honestly, I just hate the refs going against us every single time. It's not fair. It's not fair. Even, oh my God, this just gives me motivation to go into the NBA, get drafted into the Raptors, and make a dynasty out of them. There's like a 0.00001 chance to make it to the NBA, and I'm probably, even if, oh my God, there's no way that this is happening to the Toronto. Actually, there is way that this is happening to Toronto, because Toronto, they're all choke artists, and up in Toronto, choke artists, that's all they are. Even if I somehow one day be good enough to make it into the NBA, I have the Toronto curse. If I get drafted into Toronto, then I'll obviously have the Toronto curse. Everybody who comes into the Raptors just starts failing and failing. Ibaka in OKC was a star. He comes to the Raptors, does good in the regular season, flops in the playoffs. That's the story of the Toronto Raptors. It's the curse. The curse, it affects everybody. Fred VanVleet, undrafted, rookie, amazing, up there for 6th man of the year, goes into the playoffs, flops, and I know he came off a shoulder injury, but there's open jumpers. If you're getting the opportunity to make those jumpers again and again, you've got to hit them, bro. And I love his confidence attacking LeBron. That's not enough though. everybody has to attack LeBron. I love how we got under LeBron's skin today. But the referees, every single time we get momentum, the referees take it away from us. It's so frustrating being a Raptors fan, being in that situation. You can't do anything about it. It's so annoying, honestly. If we get swept, then I'm leaving this Toronto Raptors team forever. I'm burning all my Toronto Raptors shirts. I'm going for the Boston Celtics to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. I hope they will. And yeah, that's all I can say. I'm done with this Toronto team unless they pull a miracle. And yeah, actually, I've been a Raptors fan for 5 years. I probably won't be able to let go of this team. But this team is just bringing me down. That's all this team is doing. It's bringing me down. I so envy all the people that live in like Boston, even Philly, Cleveland. Actually, no. I don't envy people who live in Cleveland. LeBron's a faggot who deserves to die. I wish I lived in the Jordan era and I was living in Chicago. Being a Raptors fan is the stupidest decision you could make in your life. I'm born here, not in Toronto, but in the greater Toronto area, in Markham. I'm living here as a Raptors fan. Oh my god, it's terrible. If you are not a Raptors fan, don't become one. You're watching this video for a reason. Listen to me. Don't be a Raptors fan. End of discussion. End of story. Being a Raptors fan will only bring you down. Never stick with the Toronto Raptors. They do good in the regular season, and they see LeBron and all of them crap their pants.